Hey YouTube, it's motomattman. Today I want to talk about something that I've had a lot of questions about, my helmet setup.
Hello.
Okay, like I said, I'm going to talk about my helmet setup and also how I capture the audio from both myself and Mrs. Motomattman when we do dual vlogs, because both of us have had questions about that, and both of us have had questions about our helmet setup. So here's the deal. First thing I'm going to tell you is I've got an HJC helmet, not sponsored by HJC, but I've been wearing their helmets for probably 2 decades now, and I absolutely love them. Mrs. Motomattman also rides on the street in an HJC helmet, and I believe her dirt bike helmet is an HJC. One of mine is. I do have a Bell dirt bike helmet, but I bought the Bell helmet mainly, to be honest with you, because it's got the Monster Energy graphics all over it, like Eli Tomac's helmet. And any of you that have watched more than a couple of my videos have probably heard me talk about my, lack of a better way of putting it, addiction to Monster Energy. But anyway, here's the deal. There are many different ways that you can attach the GoPro to the front of your helmet, or to the side of your helmet, or to the top of your helmet. I prefer the view from the chin mount, because that's actually, you're getting the view that I'm seeing, okay? As opposed to, I started out, when I first started having a GoPro on my helmet, I wasn't doing YouTube videos, I was just videoing my rides, and I had the GoPro mounted to the side of my helmet. I've seen a lot of people that have done that. It's probably the second most popular way of mounting a GoPro to your helmet. The first most popular seems to be the chin mount. But there are a couple of different ways of doing the chin mount. And I've seen some other motovloggers talking about their helmet setups, even some fairly large channels talking about their helmet setups where they actually attach it to the chin of the helmet, and they use putty and all kinds of stuff to get it to stay there. That's not my preferred way of doing it, and it's not my preferred way for a couple of reasons. Number one, you lose this ability to open and close your vents in the front. And yes, I know that my GoPro's blocking it to some degree, but you're still getting air into your helmet around those vents. When you've got the putty there, it blocks it even more. The other thing is I think it looks cleaner this way, where you have it mounted to the side there, and I can take it off. And when I take it off, you don't have anything there. If you have that putty thing, you're always going to have a GoPro bracket attached to the chin of your helmet, okay? Now, what I do with it is I have it mounted here, and then I have inside, and I don't know how we're going to be able to see it or not, but inside here I have 2 microphones. This microphone right here is for my GoPro, and this microphone here is for my Sena here on the side, okay? And then I have the cords for both run behind the cheek padding and then up and out, and then the GoPro is mounted on the side here, taped to the side, and I'm going to have to redo the tape. And then it has a little adapter plug here that allows me to plug it into my GoPro. And that captures the audio on just a normal ride. Here's a better way of seeing it. I have a hole that I bought a cheap waterproof case. This is actually Mrs. Motomattman's chin mount. I bought a cheap, like $10 waterproof case, and then I took a Dremel and I cut out the hole where the microphone would attach. So this would go inside the case here, like so, and then the cord would plug in right there, just like this. And then it'll all be plugged in, ready to go. Just a little side note. I use a GoPro Hero 4 black. Mrs. Motomattman's is a 3 black. And I'll get more into another reason of why we use those particular cameras. But for now, one of the big things is with the newer ones, the newer GoPros, the 5s and on up, you have to have this adapter that's like the size of I call it a brick. I mean, the thing is huge. It's like one of the size of one of the power banks for portable power banks for charging your phone. And I just don't like that. With the 4 and the 3, you don't need anything like that. My microphone that I use is a purple Panda microphone. It comes with everything you need to be able to plug it right into your GoPro. It comes with the adapter. It comes with an extension cord and everything else if you need it. And it's a stereo microphone. I highly recommend it. That's what I use, and that's also what Mrs. Motomattman uses. Now, I want to give you a little tip here. One of the things that I hate about the setup like this, and in all of these pieces to get this mount to go around the chin of the helmet from the side, are from one of the cheap knockoff kits that I have reviewed in the past. So you can get all the different angles and everything to be able to do it through that. Now, one of the things I did do is I don't like having all of these little screws, GoPro screws here, sticking up everywhere. So what I did was I got some little Allen head cap screws and put those on. I think they're 5mm. Got them at the hardware store. They work phenomenally, and it cleans up the look, so you don't have all those screws going everywhere. I will definitely put in the description exactly what size they are if you're interested. Okay, now that's for the normal setup. Okay, pretty basic, pretty straightforward, pretty inexpensive way to go. Now, one of the things that I've really had a lot of questions about is capturing the audio from a dual vlog. Now, I'm going to switch things out and show you how I do that. And again, I'm going to use Mrs. Motomattman's camera as like a guinea pig. Okay, now you start with the Hero 3 or 4, and then you get what is called a Sena GP10. It's also referred to as a Sena backpack, and it comes with a case, a special case here. You'll notice it's larger than a GoPro case, okay? But there's a reason for that. You'll see that in a second. What you do is you then take your GoPro Hero 3 or 4 and you take this little thing. This is the GP10 or the Sena backpack. You have an on and off switch for your power. You have an on and off switch for your mic. And the on and off switch for the mic is to operate the GoPro microphone. So I always leave that in the off position. Now what you do is it connects onto the back of your GoPro. Just like that. Snaps onto the back. Okay, and you can see it makes the GoPro quite a bit bigger. Then you get this little jumper thing. Oh, apparently I didn't have it snapped on good. There we go. You get this little jumper thing and you follow the arrow. You'll see there's an arrow on the back of the GP10. There's also an arrow on this jumper. You just plug them in like this. And now what happens is this Sena backpack, it captures the audio from my Sena on my helmet, which also captures the audio from Mrs. Motomattman's Sena. Because what we do is there's a little pairing button here. You use this to pair it in sequence with her Sena and my Sena, and it doesn't have to be a Sena. We've actually used them with a knockoff brand as well that I've reviewed. And it captures the audio from the two headsets and then it sends it to the GoPro, and the GoPro records it. All of this mess is why you have the bigger case. See, now it all fits nice and neatly into the case. The case pops on my little chin mount, just like the GoPro. And then this is what you get on the front. And like I said, you can see that it's considerably larger, the case is. But that's because of this little thing on the side, the little jumper thing on the side, and the extra thickness. You do not have to plug in a microphone or anything else in there, because my Sena microphone in here captures my audio. And the microphone inside Mrs. Motomattman's helmet captures the audio. Okay? So everything is contained inside this waterproof case. You can also use it not just with your motovlogging setup, but you can also use it with your telephone. So I could be riding and Mrs. Motomattman could call me and it'll capture the phone conversation if I want it to, right onto the GoPro as well. Or I could use my phone much like a microphone, because this all works Bluetooth. I could use my phone like a microphone and mount this on the dash of the car, or I could mount it on the front of the bike, and it would capture it on the front of the bike. It would capture it right from the Sena. It doesn't have to be mounted there, and it's not plugged into anything. And by the way, the Sena backpack, the GP10 from Sena, has its own battery. So it's not drawing any battery power from the GoPro. Actually, to be honest with you, having the two together, it seems to extend the battery life of the GoPro, and they can be charged as one unit. So you can charge the GP10, and it will also charge your GoPro at the same time if they're plugged in together. But anyway, it makes it simple and seamless, so there's no real editing of the audio portion. So if I didn't want to include the video that came from Mrs. Motomattman's camera in a dual vlog, which I normally do, I have it normally up in the upper right hand corner of the screen. If I didn't want to do that, then there'd be no more editing involved than if you were just shooting a regular video. Now with having her using the video footage from her camera as well, it makes it a little bit more difficult, you know, with the editing process. Not that big a deal. And if that's something you want to know about, how to sync the two video footages together so they're timed right, let me know and I'll make another video on that. But again, a big thing is chin mount, getting these adapters so you can mount it on the side of the helmet, and there's no special putty or anything. It's just the 3M double-sided tape that comes with the GoPro mounts, and then it's just slid into place. Drilling a hole, and you can see in mine there's a hole as well. She uses a different adapter. It's an angle adapter, so she needs a larger hole than I do. Mine's a straight adapter. But drilling the hole in a cheap case, don't do it to your GoPro case that you get with your GoPro. Spend extra money and buy the $10 case, because it's got a hole in it, so it's not waterproof anymore. And then the backpack, the Sena backpack. Again, it comes with its own case. This is the backpack. It mounts to the back of a Hero 3 or 4, and it has this jumper that connects the backpack audio that it's being captured from the Sena, connects to the external mic input for your excuse me, for your GoPro. That's how the GoPro is able to capture it. So it's captured on your SD card. The audio is captured right along with the footage. Excuse me. Captured right along with your footage real time, just like doing a normal video, just like if you'd used an external microphone with your GoPro, or we're just using the built-in microphone. It captures it real time together. There's no syncing any of the video or anything up. But that's what it ends up looking like when it's done. It does not have to be a Sena communicator on your helmet. There's all kinds of knockoff brands. I mean, there's one that I want to say it's like $50 for one, just for the one communicator. Obviously, if you're trying to do a dual vlog, both people need it. The 2-pack is like $100. You could always get the Sena. There are all kinds of different brands of communicators that are out there. Pack Talk is another one. It'll work as well. Any of the Bluetooth communicators, this will sync up to. Just like I said, it'll sync up to your cell phone as well. And you just put it in the waterproof case, no external mic needed, and it captures everything. But anyway, that's the basics of my helmet setup and the different equipment that I really use. Again, if you're going to use the Hero 3 or the Hero 4, you've got to have this little adapter with your microphone. My mic is a purple Panda. That's what Mrs. Motomattman uses as well. If you had a GoPro Hero 5 or above, you have that big brick thing. It's about that big black thing. You've got to find a place to mount to your helmet as an adapter to use an external microphone. It's a drawback I see. The other thing is this Sena GP10. I don't know why I keep wanting to say GPT-10, but the GP10 backpack for the GoPro only works with Hero 3 or Hero 4. It does work with the silver, not just the black, but it works with the silver as well. But it will cover up your touch screen if you're using the silver. But that's it, you know, pretty basic stuff. The easiest way to do it, to be perfectly honest with you, if you're just starting out and you're wanting to be able to do dual vlogs in the future as well, I'll be perfectly honest, you can do videos where you capture your audio solely by using the GoPro Hero 3 or 4 with the Sena GP10, got it right that time, backpack for the GoPro. You can, if you have a communicator, you can capture your audio that way. You don't need to do the external microphone and all of that nonsense if you don't want to. My early videos, that's the way I captured them. I'll be honest with you, one of the bigger motovloggers that are out there, that's also from kind of my neck of the woods, 650 Ebe, that's how he captures his totally. I mean, he uses a GoPro Hero 4 Black, been using it for years, and pairs it up with the GP10 Sena backpack, GoPro backpack. That's how he does it exclusively. He doesn't use any kind of external microphone adapters or microphone. He does it solely with the Sena backpack for the GoPro. So if you want to know how the audio can sound, just doing it that way, jump over to 650 Ebe's channel. He does a lot of cool videos on a lot of stuff, but any of his Smackdown videos where he's actually on the bike, those are captured using a Hero 4 Black and the Sena GP10 backpack for the GoPro. But anyway, I guess I'll end it here. Again, another quick look. My opinion, the cleanest way to mount your GoPro chin mount version is mounting it here on the side like this with these little angle adapters. Key thing to note, you'll notice that my GoPro is not straight ahead. You want it angled back because when you ride, your head's down a little bit like this. So if you have it mounted straight like this, when you tip your head down to ride, you're just going to capture the video footage of your gas tank. So you want to make sure you do that if you're if you're just starting out as well. Little tip, get the Allen cap screws to replace all of your screw, little plastic screw things from GoPro. Cleans up the look quite a bit. You know, you got to figure, if I was using the little screws from GoPro, you'd have one poking up here, one poking out here, one poking out here, and one poking down here. You'd have those screws everywhere, those little plastic things. Again, buy a cheap case. This one I think was $8 or $8.90 before tax. Take a Dremel or a drill bit, whatever, and cut a hole to be able to gain access to the side of your GoPro where you would plug in your external mic. You'd pop your GoPro in the case. Come on, not wanting to cooperate. Close it up, and then you just plug it in right there, and then that would feed back to your microphone. Okay, and that's the reason for drilling the hole in the side. But anyway, that's about it. You know, there seemed to be a lot of confusion about how the GoPro backpack worked, the Sena backpack for the GoPro. Main reason I wanted to make this video. If I can get her GoPro back out. Oh, I'll take the adapter out. Goofball. Anyway, we'll go over it real quick again. You can see you got this little notch right here built into your GoPro. You pivot that on there. You've got this little place here that it plugs into. Just mash the two together. Turn it on. Then you have your little arrow up here, right there. You take the little arrow there, just plug arrow to arrow, and then it's all plugged in. You just throw it down in the case. Off you go. It's as simple as that. Now obviously you have to Bluetooth pair your backpack to your communicator. But other than that, that's it. I hope this answered any questions anybody had. If not, leave me your question in the comments. I'll try to answer the question for you. I hope everybody has a great day. I hope you're able to get out on two. I'm not right now. It's been snowing on and off ever since my video I've recorded of it's 52 degrees. Well, it hadn't been 52 degrees since then. It's snowed or ice stormed every day since then. It's sun's out, but it's snowing right now. But anyway, if you're able to get out on two, remember, keep the shiny side up, the rubber side down, and have an awesome day.